In this video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools to manage Twitter is TweetDeck. It is free and it is a Twitter product, so it's by Twitter for Twitter. And it really makes it easy to schedule tweets to go out into the future, to retweet and share other people's stuff, and also to thank people. This is one of my clients. It's a seminar that's happening in September, so I'm helping promote them. And when we started out, we had about 15 Twitter followers, and so now we're very, very close to 100. And they have to do with water treatment. It's an industry conference. So one of the things I was looking for and following is people that are in water industry professionals, basically. So these are the columns, how I like them set up. And this is for just one Twitter account. You can use TweetDeck to monitor and manage multiple Twitter accounts. And I do that for my personal and for my business. But the first column is I always have it as home. So this is everybody that Tri-State Seminar, it's the client, who they are following. And so this column is going to constantly move. And so I happen to have found this particular post from somebody that I thought would be interesting to share with their followers. And it's a Throwback Thursday. That's hashtag TBT. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it here, and this is the retweet. The two arrows go in opposite directions. So I click on that, and up pops this box. So I can just hit retweet and it will go, but I want to add the phrase Throwback Thursday written out because they have hashtag TBT on there already, but I wanted to also put it written out. So as soon as I hit quote tweet, we get the new tweet column box opened up, and so here I can add a hashtag. Throwback Thursday. And what's cool about TweetDeck is as soon as you start typing a hashtag, and this will happen also on Twitter, that's a popular one that people have used before, you start typing it and it pops up here. So I don't have to finish typing it. I can just hit that. And really that's all I want to put in there. Now, one of the things I could do is I can add an emoticon. Here, make it fun. I can schedule this out to go into the future if I wanted to. So this I use if I've been posting a lot. Also, especially if I'm putting a call to action tweet out there, like if you're going, sign up for, register for the seminar or something like that. And I want it to go out at the peak time. So I use a tool called Audience. And it's actually went to sleep, so I can't show you that right now, but I will do another class on Audience. And everything's slowed down. There we go. We're back to TweetDeck. Okay, I use a tool called Audience, which that helps. It actually goes through your followers and tells you when is the best time for you to tweet, that you will get the most response, or where the people are that have the most influence. So when you have followers that have a lot of following themselves, so you have a greater potential for one of them to share, to retweet one of your tweets, to share it with their followers, and then you get that higher social amplification on there. So that's one of the tools that I like to use, and there will be a separate video just on Audience. So this is a way to just pick a future date if you want to send it out later. But I'm just going to send it. Okay, so it'll schedule it out automatically. So I click on tweet, and it actually TweetDeck will create a scheduled column here, and so here you can see all of your tweets. So it'll appear in a little bit when it refreshes itself. Okay. On the second column that I have here are notifications. So you get notified whenever somebody starts following you, whenever somebody adds you to a list, like in this case, whenever somebody likes one of your tweets. And what liking does, you see the little heart, so that actually bookmarks the tweet. And I could actually create a column for all of the tweets that I have liked as this client, and it bookmarks them. So let's say I want to save an article for later, and I want to share it later or something, or I want to read it and see, if it's a good one to to share in the other networks. But you also see anytime somebody retweets one of your tweets, like this one here. Okay, so this one retweeted this tweet. So, and this is good because we got what? Social amplification there. And at any time, you can actually click on somebody's account to actually see it. And so this is great because they've got over 3,000 followers. So that means our tweet was seen, had the potential, had the reach of over 3,000 people. Now, again, it doesn't mean that 3,000 people saw it, but it just says that our reach was that much, that we had the potential. So one of the things you want to do, and this is a Twitter thing, the culture really isn't. This part of the culture is not really is not on Facebook or Google Plus, on LinkedIn, unless it's a real influencer that you with a high following that you want to impress or make friends with. But Twitter is the only one that you actually, it's good, especially if you're growing your following, to thank people for following you. This shows that you are a person, that you're appreciative, that you're honored for them following you, because it's a big thing. They like what you're tweeting, so they want to follow you. So what I do here is I click on this little person icon and I do tweet to Indalao water, okay? And so here I put thanks for following, okay? And I can thank more than one person at the same time. Now the problem is if I go to this next one and click on tweet to, it's going to open up a new window. So you don't want to do that. You just want to grab the Twitter handle or the username to make sure you spell it right, or you can start typing it out, and the name will appear on the list. So we're going to just go down this list and just thank everybody, and you see it comes up here, so you don't have to click on it once you paste it on. This is a good one. Okay, Public Works. Okay, we're going to grab this one. And since we've got, my goal is for this month is to get over 100 followers. We're like at 94. So we want to make sure that that we thank everybody. And at this point, I'm not too picky as to who I thank. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that as I'm pasting these usernames down here, it's counting down how many more characters I can put into this tweet. You have 140 characters. Okay, so I got them. Here's another one. Oops, didn't get the at. Okay, you always remember to put the at sign, and always remember to put a space before it, because otherwise it won't. It won't. Actually, I didn't grab the whole thing. What did I do? Okay, there. Okay, grab the right thing. All right, there you go. Yeah, and these have to be exact, otherwise it won't connect it. So the cool thing is as soon as I tweet this out, all these people are going to be notified that I mentioned them. And so the idea is a lot of people respond by retweeting that to their followers, so then you get extra exposure in that sense. Okay, so I've covered everybody for today. So I'm going to go ahead and tweet this. And over here is another column that I have is user. So here I'm seeing every tweet that we've put out. So this is great. So you don't, and I can see everybody that I've thanked. So I don't thank them again by accident. And I can see if I've retweeted something. If I see this post again later on, I'm like, oh, I tweeted that already. So you want to make sure that you're not retweeting everything at the same time. And I also see here some of the automated ones that we have that came out. So this one in particular, this is from Hootsuite. So this is the Owly is the Hootsuite short link. Bitly is the one I use with Twitter feed. So and what's cool about these is you can actually track to see how many people clicked on these links. And you want to use the URL shortener because remember, you only have 140 characters on Twitter, and sometimes the URL or the web address of the blog post or the article or the website that you're sharing is really long. So you don't want the URL taking up all your 140 characters. So that's what these URL shorteners came into. And especially if you're trying to connect with certain influencers, I set up the RSS feed to automatically say this is from this source. And so usually they will save it, they will retweet it, and so it gets extra, so the client gets noticed more. That's the whole idea. And so one of the other things to do, so I want to thank this person for retweeting. So I'm in this case, I'm going to open it up here and hit tweet to them. So thanks for the RT retweet. Okay. Now again, if I had more people retweeting, then I could thank more than one person, and I would put retweets RT with a little s in there. So I can tweet that out. Now, I don't really do anything with the likes. That just tells me that Lake Scientist, in fact, that's who I quoted, and we quoted this one from the automation, that they saved it, so they liked it. So this particular client has already seen this. So the whole idea, we're promoting a trade event, conference, and the idea is we want to get noticed. We want exposure. So connecting with people in this particular industry is one of the key strategies. So this is a great thing, and even though it's tri-state for California, Nevada, and Arizona, they've had people come from all over the world to past conferences. So I'm not limited to a geographic area, though I do want to focus on those 3 states. And people that work in power, in public works, and in everything with water conservation, drinking water, et cetera, et cetera. So we know who the target market is, and I just go search for them. So one of the things, when I'm done thanking everybody, I click up here and I click on clear. Now remove will delete the whole column. So you just want to clear it. So the next time tomorrow morning when I come in again, I will see all brand new notifications here. And then let me talk a little bit about this column here. This is a list. So I wanted to classify all the presenters that are going to be at this conference. So I'm slowly adding people to this list, and I'm watching what they tweet. And so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start mentioning them in the tweets that I do to promote the conference, so that they'll retweet the conference information to their followers. So that's the whole idea with this, because you want to get that reach, that extra social amplification, that extra exposure. Oh, and by the way, one thing you always want to remember, tweets come up in Google searches. So when people are searching for what it is that you have to offer, and you've been tweeting about this consistently, your tweets are going to come up. So you want, any way to get exposure, you want to do it. So this is a great tool. Again, it's TweetDeck, and in another video I'll show you how to set this up for the account. So it is a free tool, and that's what we're all about. We're all about using free tools here. So thank you for watching, and we hope you'll check out some of our other classes at Your Social Savvy Solution.